We are building a plugin from HYDRA. It's very exciting because it means that we'll have the Salamander behavior and an update on the Pariah behavior. Neither of these are particularly finalized yet, but I'm looking forward to seeing them in action anyway. So we have a system like so. The fields seem to last a little long there. I'm not sure what's going on. That might be an iScript conflict. Yeah, I think there's something going on where it might be like restarting or something, so I might have to fix part of the something or other there. Something's got to get changed. And the Pariah now has an attack that puts... curiously enough, it doesn't appear to be attacking twice, which is odd. It is supposed to be 5 seconds, so I guess that's fine. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess, yeah, that's probably within margin of error. You could just copy the HYDRA Melee AI that is not using the preprocessor and see what happens there. I noticed that for some reason the I enjoy the the scattershot nature of the attacks. It's pretty good. But it looks like sometimes there's like a fourth projectile that gets created. Yeah, see, like only one shot actually shot that time, but it still created two, which is weird. Yeah, that was another very obvious case. I don't know what the fuck that is. Yeah, that created 3, even though it only shot 2. I'm not really sure what's going on here, man. Oh. Looks like it ignores shields. Classic. So how did you implement the Pariah stuff, though? Like, besides the damage ignoring shields, which will probably fix I assume the salamander damage stuff will be resolved when we use an actual weapon ID instead of dealing raw damage. But the pariah is not. It's only attacking once, even though it's supposed to be attacking twice. I'm not really sure what's going on there because that didn't happen beforehand. Or maybe it depends on how close the unit is. Okay, so the first attack deals correct damage insofar as both attacks hit, but the second attack, all subsequent attacks on the same target only fire once. I'm not really sure what's up with that. Also, that I was hoping we could fix the overlay issue that's happening with the flamethrower on in like the Akmech flamethrower as well as this thing now. The thing that's happening is that basically the overlay changes position depending on the facing animation. There should be a change to this that makes it so that the overlay only like it inherits the facing direction based on the frame that is being used, right? That's what it should do, I think. But so that's what it already does, but it should then be permanent. So I can do the sig order thing that you were mentioning, but hold on. After every attack ends, you're saying? I'm gonna refactor this a little bit. All right, we'll try that. That should help. I should also go in and figure out where the... Oh, I just closed something I didn't mean to close. I should figure out the weapon ID for the salamander damage. Not actually sure which weapon IDs are even open anymore. We're really running out of weapon IDs, as far as I can tell. What do you mean by links? Are you saying that the one attack can only hit multiple targets if the links are cleared? Or one attack can only hit the same target multiple times? Because if that's the case, then I'm using sig order completely incorrectly here, and what I should be doing is every single time I'm attack shift proging, or every other time or something, that would be when I would want to call sig order 32. So let me just document some shit here. Yeah, I know what you mean. Can't be hit by the same attack or the same pariah. Um, all right, so I DM'd you the details for fixing the Imgal UZLO issues that we have with the overlay suddenly changing its frame facing direction. Blizzard's really shitty implementation. Like, it's super limited, and it was clearly only meant to be used during attack animations instead of it being used for projectiles. So I don't know if you want to just hard code the behavior I'm talking about to specific image IDs, or like I could go into an image ID and use a sig order at the beginning, and we could loop through all overlays or something and check to see if they were if they matched the sig order or something like that. I don't know how you would want to set it up, but there's got to be a way to make that a little bit more reasonable, is all I'm saying. Hmm. Hmm. Thinking about a name for the Salamander passive. I don't think I hooked it up in Firecraft yet. Feeling the burn. Dude, can you believe that that was a real fucking upgrade? What a reality. That was something I really want to see in the new engine. Feeling the burn finally implemented without being asinine, without being really impossible. I think what I closed earlier was the button set stuff. Hmm. Oops. God damn it. My poor mouse acceleration. Oh. There was like a... There's like another piece to this puzzle that I've got to communicate. Well, I know it's possible in Brood War, but I just mean I want to see like the fully like think about all of the crazy shit that I could potentially come up with in an environment where it didn't matter. Like you're gonna see more crazy stuff like the what's it called? Malcothalor. Like that thing. And the Cathrostalisk as well is pretty cool. Like the idea that you've got this unit that just launches other Zerg units as artillery barrages. Like, there's going to be a lot of really crazy shit that comes out of the new engine, man. I'm really looking forward to that part. I wonder if maybe the damage value should be higher than 20. It feels really unimpactful right now, but it's also a unit that, in theory, could be mass-produced. So I guess my main concern is that it might have to ignore armor just because if it's only dealing like 1 damage per tick or whatever, and that's being reduced by armor, that might not work out very well. The Cathrostalisk is so the Cathrostalisk basically it launches this large like it's sort of like you could conceptualize it as if it were a large scale Cascathalor, in that it's this artillery strain of Zerg. But it's a little bit more than that because it's really meant to be a slightly mobile version of like the ion cannon, where it's I'm conceptualizing it more like a structure. It's just that it happens to move. Like it's the giant artillery thing, and it's super immobile, and probably would be enormous in size, and probably wouldn't be transportable. Like maybe it would be able to ignore terrain similar to the Colossus or something, but it would be really, really slow to move, unlike the Colossus was. So I'm conceptualizing this enormous thing. It shoots really, really far, and it would have something like, well, I don't know if you've actually read the thing here, but it's like 50% increased damage based on the projectile's distance traveled. So depending on like if it reaches the maximum range it could possibly reach. I'm not sure exactly what the numbers would end up being. But considering it has 20 range, like if it reaches maximum range, it's going to deal a lot more damage. But if it has cargo, it will launch one of them with every attack that it fires off. And that then it will get splash radius equal to the collision size of that unit. So you could fill it up with Zerglings and get small collision size and hope you get lucky. Or you could fill it up with like an Ultralisk or a Cascathalor or some other really large unit and be like, fuck it, we'll just throw these at them. And if they don't die, right, because the unit takes equal damage to whatever damage is dealt to the single target, like if the Ultralisk lands and the total damage that it's being dealt to this target structure or like command center or something is like 300, then it would live with 100 health in theory. So it's stuff like that would allow you to actually have an Ultralisk in that position now. So you could imagine that you could just be like transporting units via firing or whatever, and that would be an obvious way to do that. And I think maybe there could be a chance, although I think it's kind of unlikely because it seems a little ridiculous. But there could be a chance for the Cathrostalisk to be able to pick up buildings and launch those as well. It's just that I find it kind of unlikely that that would be reasonable. It does have 20 transport space. In theory, you could just throw hatcheries at your enemies. But I don't know, maybe that's fine too. Like maybe in order to get to a position where you can actually do that really crazy thing, it requires a decent amount of skill and planning, and maybe it just doesn't work out otherwise, right? So I think that could also be a possible a possible avenue for this unit to explore the fantasy of literally throwing Zerg at people. Maybe I don't know how buildings would like land though is the thing. Like maybe they would die on contact no matter what, because I don't know how do they land otherwise. Maybe if they kill the target they land, but if they don't they die. I don't know. Like I feel like there would be too many gimmicks associated with something like that. Even though I really like the idea of throwing hatcheries at people. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's going to be some more emphasis on something like that. Yeah. Well, the other thing that you have to remember is that, like, in the new engine, presumably we would be able to do like aberrants and champions and operatives, and that would allow you, in theory, to have a lot of freedom with how you interact with stuff like that. Like, I haven't even been thinking about those guys since I've been so focused on what I can implement otherwise. So, yeah, I mean, in theory, it's possible that we could get somewhere with that. Not sure, but it could happen. I really want to see the Malcathalor though. Like that's a big deal for me. The idea that you can throw down the Malcathalor, have it show up here and be like just tunneling through the base and all that stuff. I think that's really cool. So anyway, back to reality. That will be a reality eventually, man. I'm telling you. Oh yeah, where did you define the Salamander impact? Maybe it was in weapon effect. Maybe it was in game hooks. Create salamander fire. I like how you say must be moved to A's. So where's the damage? Where's the damage setup here? Must not be moved to A's. Okay. So how would I convert this to using a weapon ID? I guess instead of 128.0, I would do like weapons dat damage amount. Something like that. Well, like I said, I think it's fine if it ignores armor. Precisely because... Well, I'm just getting the damage amount of a weapon ID. I'm not using an actual weapon ID. So, like, I'm using it as a reference for the weapon damage. So we would do 20... Say 0 bonus for now. I forget what the Salamander uses for its regular weapon. 17. $12, $24, $36. I think we'll just do a 30, 36 or 32 maybe. It was 128 is what the damage was. I'm not sure if I should mess with the behavior to make it say persist on target site or not. I don't know if that's like a problem. Right, I figured there was. Well, I would also like to use it in that range, but presumably range is done in here somewhere. Wait, actually, like, isn't it a unit? I think it's already doing it in an AOE of 32, right? So that's probably fine. So we'll try building this now. It's not doing damage at all. Oh, I know. Actually, I don't know why that would be, but I can rule out an edge case by actually adding the files that I was just working on. I'm not sure why it's not splashing anymore. Oh, well, it's set to splash not on friendlies, right? Or is it? It should be radial, but I don't know. No, it's just not working. Never mind. Oh, it's working for units, but not for buildings? I really don't know then. What do you mean by 256? All I did was replace 128.0 with weapons that damage amount, weapon ID, incendiary payload. This is yours, and this is yours. So the only thing is that this used to be 128.0. I wonder why it would not work for buildings, though. That's really weird. No, it's still not working. It's not getting them in Splash, I guess, is the problem. But I don't know why it wouldn't. iQuare, it works fine when it's targeting units. It doesn't work when it's not... when it's targeting buildings, it doesn't pick them up, I guess. Oh, it doesn't increment kills for whatever salamander was there first. But yeah, it is working. C flags equals... Wait, what? Oh, you goober. Alright, that was staring us in the face that whole time. Alright, let's verify that that fixed the problem. Yeah, that seems to be good. I'm not sure, though, like, maybe I should just launch one? If I can get it to just launch one? Alright, so we went from... So since it was dealing 1 damage, but it's minus... I think the science facility has 3 armor. Let me check. So the minus... Yeah, so the 3... Well, hold on. So it's supposed to deal 20 damage over time, and the 10 damage from the single shot, which would have put us at 30. But it gets minus 3 from the base damage, so that goes to 27. So we go from 2000 to 1973, which obviously plus 27 is the real deal. So it is ignoring armor. The flame is ignoring armor, and the main hit is not. So yeah, seems to be calculated correctly. Now, if I do a full hit on fresh science facility over here, just land it so that it's aligned to the grid. If I do a full hit, I should expect it to be 20 times 3, which is 60, plus 27 in terms of damage. Well, I guess it would be... There would be... The 3 initial hits, in theory, could potentially happen here, so... Oh, well, I'm gonna have to do that one again. Hold on. Oops. Trying to math out whether or not it worked. So that's 81, which is 60 plus 21, which I guess is 30 minus 9. So yeah, it did work. Okay, cool. Seems to be working as intended. Very nice. Yeah. Listen, if it's useful for that, I'm sure it'll be useful for other things. Yeah, I'm a little worried that this might be this might be pretty fucking powerful. I don't know. Against buildings in particular. I mean, yeah, you need tier 3 to even do it, but what is B? Like, okay, you drop a giant amount of build space just to get the Salamander done, and the Salamander itself is no fucking slouch in terms of cost, right? 250 minerals, 150 gas, 4 supply especially. That might change to like 3 or something. But just the idea that you would be able to drop buildings that quickly. And imagine if you have like, oops. Just imagine if you have like a stack of these things or whatever. Like, utter destruction will ensue. I guess I'm surprised at the lack of upfront damage, but that's probably because it's like fly and follow, and they have that offset, so it's not particularly. Oh, I guess I just did try a large scale battle with salamanders, but oh yeah, pariahs are super powerful. Like, pretty sure I only need one. I mean, right now their stats are a little crazy, but yeah, okay, they can still get peppered down. That's good to know, because even with those stats. And it's kind of unrealistic to assume that you're gonna have a pariah with no upgrades anyway. I haven't really been keeping track of like. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So I think I actually need to clear the 32 like sig orders or whatever. I need to clear the links anyway. So we'll take a look at their performance afterwards. Okay. Well, this asset is actually pretty fucked up. You've probably already seen, but the lighting changes when it's doing its attack animation, and I use one of the attack frames for the idle animation. The lighting completely changes. That's weird. So I hit it for 3 attacks? Instead of 4? But why? It's so strange. That is weird. Why would it be hitting for 3 enough for? Why is it 3 of all things? So maybe we'll try a different set then. After 16 and 80. Rather than after the other ones. That seems a little odd to me, but I don't know. We're just experimenting. Trying to figure out how best to do this. I know, Iquare, every single attack needs to be able to hit multiple times, depending on the situation, so I need to clear it multiple times. That's really weird. It's very strange to me that it's still going only that many. Maybe it's actually shifting too far. I guess that would be possible. Interesting. Yes, exactly. And I want you to be able to hit up to 4 times. So if I'm attacking a building, like a Nexus or a command center, I want the Pariah to be able to hit it twice with every attack, and it attacks twice, so it should be able to hit 4 times. For whatever reason, it's only hitting 3 times right now, and I'm not really sure why that's the case. So I'm clearing the link. First, I tried clearing the link after... let me go back to it here. After the second attack shift proj and the fourth attack shift proj. For both attacks. Right. I was thinking that that might be the case as well. I'm not sure what to do about that then. So maybe attack shift proj should be at like 2 or something at the beginning, so that it hits units that are directly in front of it. And then we could attack shift proj 32, attack shift proj 64, and 96. Two, 32, 64, 96. We'll try this. I'll leave the previous implementation in air just in case I need to copy and paste it back or something else. That doesn't make any sense though. So the thing is, this is identical, right? Well, Quantum Institute is the top tier, but I know what you mean. Like, the stuff is actually identical. Yeah, it's only hitting 3 times no matter what, even in a structure like this. So I don't think attack shift proj has anything to do with it. I think there's something else going on here that I'm not familiar with. I just don't know what it would be. So I call Sig Order 32 4 times per attack. I've tried putting the Sig Order further back as well, but it doesn't seem to be doing the job. So the first attack hits and establishes the link, and then after one... Oh, I guess maybe I only need to call Sig Order 32... Well, I should call it at the very end, which is already what I do, but I really only need to call it 3 times. So maybe it could be at like 80, and then at 112 again. Or I guess I could call it here, right? So I could call it at 80 and call it at in the downtime to reset it before the next attack. Then the next attack hits, and I call this sig order at 80 as well. And then I do that. And in theory, maybe that would work? Let's try it. Yeah, it's working now. Cool. I would also like to make it so that the unit, the overlay, right? I would like it so that it wasn't hidden behind the graphic. It should be played at a higher level, in my opinion. But it's hidden for some reason. And I'm using imgal as opposed to imgul, so I'm not really sure why it's like that. Executed ammo. I like how there's a like a skill threshold for this unit, generally speaking. In terms of the fact that like it requires positioning for the arc and stuff, I think that's cool. Ma hoo ha. Executed. It's only happening. Hold on. Oh. No. Yeah, it's only happening 3 times to the Nexus for some reason. Can I put the sig order outside of the attack loop so that it's resetting the link if it ever goes to like ground attack to idle or something? Well, I've been working on actually conceptualizing all of the unit behaviors lately. Also, it's only resetting the... Yeah, something simple, like reviving every fucking unit in existence. Good job. That's a good prank. I've also implemented a bunch of unit behaviors in the past. It's just that I haven't done any recently because I've been busy coming up with concepts. I'm assuming that the sig order is only resetting links for this specific unit, should they exist. So I guess I should probably put this anyway in some other, like... Okay. And Pariahs and Bargists are built at the Robotics Authority, which is already implemented. I'm not really sure what the cause of that bug is, though. I still don't really fully understand because I was pretty sure it was working in the previous version. Okay. Am I hallucinating here, or what? Unknown command. Oh, I didn't colon it. Yeah, that's really weird that it's not working over there. Why is it still only dealing damage to 3? Why? I don't understand. Like, unless I should also be sig ordering at the beginning, but I wouldn't think so because it would be passing through before the end, so. Well, ecclesiasts are going to have a different graphic eventually, if I have my way. I don't even remember where this stuff was stashed away. I would assume it would be in globals, but Alright, this gives me some information to work with here. Looks like maybe the first one... So the first one only... When the first one fires, the first attack that fires is only dealing damage once. Whereas the second one has 2 hits. But the first one doesn't for some reason. I don't really know why or what that would mean. But we can try adding sig order 32 to the beginning. I guess, to the early stages. Still no luck. It is responding to size, but it should definitely be doing... Like, the thing is, if it were the... Okay. Let's try something a little different. It's very strange. So even if I add sig order to literally every single one of these, it will still only register 3 hits. I'm just doing this as a test, because obviously if I did this, there would be no reason to have the system at all. Okay, now we're hitting 5 times. So I'm thinking maybe after 16 is when we don't want to have that running. It's hard to know. But the thing is, that still feels unbalanced to me. Like, oh, I don't think I even added the script. So now we're hitting 4 on command centers. But we're also hitting way too many times, I think, on zealots. That might have to be the happy medium, unfortunately. Well, the other thing is that even if it's registering the hit, it's not necessarily doing the damage. Like if I didn't have these debug messages in, I would assume that when it deals well, that time it didn't really do the same thing, but like, okay, it did 4 damage or 5 damage extra or something. So that's not that big of a deal, and that's related to like positioning and stuff. So yeah, maybe it's fine. I don't know. Hmm. I think he'll struggle with bigger units in theory, but I don't know. And obviously, with just a little bit of kiting, you could destroy him anyway. Yeah, I think maybe that's fine. I think that'll be where we stop working or worrying about the unit in its current state, and I think we can just comfortably enjoy the fruits of our labor. I really wish we could fix some visual stuff, like the fact that the overlay appears below the unit, the fact that the overlay has that weird fucking angle thing where if you micro the unit, it'll spin in a different direction. All that stuff should be fixable, but I don't really know where to begin to try to do something like that. So okay. So we've done that. Very nice. Very nice. Close the get ignore stuff. All right, so up next, I ought to do some low-hanging fruit related to the wireframes. Because I have one from June 3 on here somewhere. Here we go. For the Robotics Authority. And that structure's unit ID is, drumroll please, 190. Can't believe Control O doesn't open. Like, what fucking world do we live in? Oops. Oops. Get out of here. Just test that real quick. Oh yeah, I was going to continue trying to adjust the recolor on this as well. Okay. Oh yeah, I think the Barguest wireframe got thrown up there pretty recently as well, if I'm not mistaken. I don't even really test that, but oh, maybe I don't have it. Oh, that's right. That's one where I actually that was on me because I never implemented it. I saw it yesterday, but I was already in bed by then. Okay, HYDRA materials. $104. Oh, I think it's still slated as a ground unit. That's pretty funny. Okay. And just like that, we've been able to get some pretty good work done on quite a few different things. Big props to iQuare for helping out with the Salamander stuff and the Pariah stuff. We can go ahead and, oops, accidentally open programs. We can go ahead and mark those as implemented. Beautiful. big smoochies. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I guess I should probably mark the gas structure shit as not implementing. All right. Well, for now, I shall return momentarily. I've got to hit the bathroom, get some more water, that sort of stuff. So, until then, I'll set you in front of this lovely web page. You guys can check that out while I use the bathroom. So, BRB. And I have returned. Check us out. So it is finally time, I think, to get some work done on finding the Cascathalor's graphic. Seems like a reasonable approach in the current day and age. We currently, I can't even look at the graphic that I have currently implemented. So we've got to jump in to some of the various archives that we have. We've got to take a look at what the Cascathalor might look like. And the thing is, I kind of like this graphic. It's just that it's very obviously like a little too small for what we would need. So. And the cops are after it anyway, so we can't have that. That was interesting. Missing a frame, I think. Dude, check it out. It's a giant spiked man. Well, you know what they say about stuff like that. Better to look at some Tony IMO. Oh shit, this is Smoochy Boy. Gotta have Smoochy Boy. It doesn't even like animate? The fuck? Zorgy. Oh yeah, I was thinking of using a... Oh no, this isn't the one I was thinking of. There's some other one that I was thinking of using for the basilisk. This is one that iQuery used in his mod, but it doesn't really fit what we're going for. And yes, Crow. It's a real graphic. It doesn't have an attack animation, so it can go fuck itself. Bye. All right, we've sorted through everything in Aatrox. So the warrior graphic here is what I was potentially thinking about for the basilisk. It's just, now that I'm looking at it, it has feet. I can't abide by feet. Basilisk is supposed to be like a hydralisk where it has, you know, snake tail or whatever. Also, check out this death animation. Hold on. Oh, it's just grayscale. Oh, no. That's gross, man. Meanwhile, here's Tony. Do we do it? Do we put Tony into the game? Maybe I could recolor it so it's less green. Dude, Tony's a man. I think we might have to put Tony in, honestly. I'm just saying. So Tony's our leading option. Let's confirm by jumping into the DLDB that we are not missing any obvious potential graphics that we could use for this particular purpose. Huge mech. Yeah, I haven't actually seen an impact of power like just the raw rip. I would be interested to see if there are any other graphics that might be useful from that environment. I also don't know what other Armageddon Zerg units are out there, so would also be potentially useful to jump into there. Obviously can't be fucking around with Starcraft 2 assets. That's gross. Void ship. Yeah, I think we're at the end of the line there. Go ahead and... So I'll take a look at this graphic to make sure it's the same state as the others. Yeah, okay. It's junk, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, it's junk. Now, I thought that I had a rip of Armageddon's stuff somewhere. Oh, I have something that is an actual rip. Like, I have the software to rip it, basically, to extract the graphics. Sorry, I just had to put a different set of music on. I'm really not sure about this particular one. Because I don't know what files I'm supposed to be grabbing and moving into those environments. So if I do something like, maybe I just run the program here. $24, by the way. I don't... What is 24? Explain this strange behavior. Okay, so let's jump into here, right? And I'm thinking maybe SPR is the file extension that we're trying to find. But I'm not sure. Music.png, by the way. What the fuck? Whoa. Well, I guess this is a nice way for me to look at, like, the different graphics that are out there. It looks like we still don't have all of the Elko graphics extracted because there's a lot of stuff in here that I don't recognize at all. Though the number of Zerg-like graphics don't seem to be very high. This appears to be the invader thing. I could probably find a use for that one, though. And then obviously there's Tony. Strange stuff. Oh, there's whatever this is, which could be interesting. I don't know, that might be a building, I'm not sure. I would assume so, based on what's near it, but... There's all sorts of weird looking shit in here that would be interesting to take a grab at. And then there's some graphics that I think are related to Armageddon that aren't listed here, which makes me think that maybe this isn't a comprehensive list, but I don't know for sure. Anyway. I'm not sure what file I'm supposed to be grabbing here. So that doesn't seem like it was the right move. Are these binary files? Yeah, they are. Maybe when iQuare comes back on, if he does, I can ask him about how to extract some of this stuff. Like, I've got sound files, but I don't have anything else in here. Nothing that leads me to believe that. It's like music and sounds, and that's it for some reason. For the human, by the way. Maybe Voya's on. Let's take a look. I guess I can dig around in the source code a little bit more. FBMP. I don't know if that's related. This looks like it's related to where the file is loaded from, but I don't know. Maybe I'm supposed to be installing this? I don't know. What happens if I just run this? A lot of WAV file errors right now. I might have to Alt F4. I vaguely recall this happening before. There we go. OBS check. Okay, everything is good. We might be getting somewhere, guys. Stay tuned. We'll have Tony out of his prison. I promise. I'm trying to unpack the Armageddon assets to see if I can get at a replacement graphic for the Cascathalor. And maybe some other junk that I'll find in here. Because there's a lot of stuff that appears in the manual that we don't even have access to yet. It would also allow me to get the Uller graphic, which I don't think that's what that is, but there's it would allow me to get access to some stuff that was improperly ported, in theory. There's stuff like this that I've never even seen before. It appears to be a unit that, you know, we could potentially be benefiting from, depending, or somebody could in theory, like stuff like this. I don't know. I don't know what any of this stuff actually is. There's shit like this that looks to be some sort of air unit. There's something like this I've never seen before. Or maybe I have seen this one. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But I can't really get in there and unpack any of it right now. I don't know what files I need to be using for the extraction process. Really? Tor Arsk. Gross. Oh, it's in weapon damage. I see. Aha. Well, now the only issue is figuring out how to actually rename. I'm gonna have to rename some files, man. Holy moly. Alright, that's a building. Jesus Christ. What do I even call this? Oh, I forgot to move that. Big. I like that one. Alright, hold on. How do I access unit, like, base properties again? There we go, I figured it out. Dude, I just saw something very scary. It was my file for failing because of computer load or something. Fuck him up. Hell yeah. Oh. Oh shit. I forgot that they would cloak. That's not fair. Those things hunted them down too. This is very rude. I like that unit. That's pretty cool. Uh-oh. Oh no, he's definitely dead. But he made it pretty close, dude. 2 Wendigos could definitely kill a Panoptus. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I remember when I booted a hoop thrower overlord up. That is a hoop thrower, man. I was thinking about giving the unit repair in my mod too, but I decided against it. I will have a higher tier repair, like fusion sealer level repair, the upgrade that used to be there. I'll have a unit like that at some point. So see where we go. All right, I'm gonna ignore graphics like that for now. I'm assuming this is not anything in particular. Oh yeah, that's like fire or something. Let's scroll down here a little bit. Let's look for the big file ones in terms of like sheer file size. See a 101. Let's try this one out. Looks like that's in a series though, so let's skip that one for now. Let's go for, oh, maybe something like this. Still does not seem like what we're looking for. This is some giant explosion. Yeah. Let me go and find it. I'm assuming I have it anyway. I wasn't even paying attention. Maybe I don't have it. Oh, I don't think I have a Wendigo button. I started organizing them though, so if I do have it, it'll be here. No, I don't have one yet. You have to wait for a DF to make it. I feel like maybe I don't have all of the graphics that I'm meant to have here. Well, I know that there are some of these are building sprites, because that's what I was finding earlier. I just don't know where most of them are. What the fuck? That's not right. What the hell? I don't ever want to see that one. That's like bad CGI. That's like 90s or 80s CGI or something. That's scary. I don't ever want to look at that. Holy moly. Don't make me look at it, guys. Help. No, that's like Tony's birth animation or something. It's really scary. Well, I might be using it as a Cascathalor graphic if I can't find anything else, so just be careful what you wish for. I'm just wondering where all of the actual graphics are, though. So that's an engine graphic. It looks like, anyway. But again, where are the unit graphics, you know? Like, I'm organizing everything that I find in here, but still. I'm not finding much in the form of actual units. Apparently the units are in a different fucking directory entirely. Okay. We have a unit, I think. Dude, it's a flapper, whatever it is. I'm assuming here that the all these different portrait SPR files are related to the different animations, but I'm not looking too closely at them, so I don't know if there's actually any difference. I'm just going to go ahead and assume that that one is no good. I guess it's possible here that I don't know what the fuck that is. It's possible here that the I completely lost my train of thought, so never mind. Forget whatever I was trying to say there. Honestly, some of these things look pretty ugly, just saying. It's just the Brain Man again. The fuck? That looks like... You guys ever seen like the... I don't even know what cartoon show had this, but there was some cartoon show that would have like this pop-up book style thing where there would be like a city at night with lights on, and it was supposed to be spooky. That's what that looks like. They fucking rendered that and put that on a ball. Well, maybe that one will be different. Take a look. I have no idea what the fuck to even make of that one. What's up, Ivan Ivanovich? How many hours have I invested into the HYDRA project? Well, I've been streaming live since the 3rd of November every single day for at least 2 hours, usually on, I would say on an average of 3 or 4. Before that streak started, I was also working on HYDRA for already... I think I'd already been working on HYDRA for like a year and a half. And while I wasn't doing as much frequent work, I guess, like, I wasn't as regular, it was still pretty frequently. It would be like 3 or 4 streams a week. Just wasn't every single day. Although there was a good, like, 3 or 4 months where I was doing it every single day. But at some point, the streak was broken because I took a couple days off or something. And then when the streak started back up properly on the 3rd. So I would say the number of hours is probably uncountable. What was the decision behind adding mini pre-placed units in map 4? The decision is that you're literally landing on a platform that is full of... Like, it's supposed to be a platform owned by the enemy. Now, they don't have that many units. They have a lot of buildings pre-placed. They have infrastructure there. They've got territorial advantage based on the way that the map is designed. It's designed to be unforgiving. It's designed to be very unwelcoming. It's designed to be providing the enemy with an advantage positionally. But these are all things you can alienate from the player, because even though they have all of these pre-placed buildings, they can't actually use them until they have enough money. So it does save them a little bit on money for building up to a certain point of infrastructure, but that's where the short rush distance comes into play, and the free-for-all nature of things comes into play, where suddenly they kind of need that infrastructure in order to remain competitive, since they are smack dab in the middle between other AIs that are fighting them. Well, I have not really been doing this solo per se. Icor's been a big help with programming stuff. Veek's been a big help with some programming and some recoloring help and AI help and stuff like that, updating the tools and whatnot. I've had DF helping me with art, which has been a big help as well. And there's plenty of other people, like Balethal helped out with some programming features back in the day. Voyager has helped out in that area. I've got a laundry list of names I could rattle off for people who have contributed, plus all the people who tested stuff like Dark Medicine and in the past Connor, and people have certainly made a name for themselves in that particular respect. So I certainly didn't do it alone, and I don't think I really could have done it alone anyway. But I certainly wouldn't have been as quick, even if it was possible for me to theoretically do it. So, and I think it would have been at a lower, like, caliber as well. I don't think it would have been. I don't think I would have been making something that was as good, for sure. Hey, look, it's a Zerg ion cannon. Fucking weird. Not ion cannon. Oh yeah, this looks like it was a building after all. Right, exactly, because they actually use the advantages. I mean, like, that's the thing, is you really have to be worried about an early retaliation. And maybe I will be offsetting that by adding a couple more units to the strike force initially for the player. But the whole thing, like, the briefing is going to set the player up for this stuff. I haven't written it out yet, but the briefing of the fourth mission of Deliverance is going to make it very clear that, for one, this is like a battle where the stakes are high. You got to rescue your guy. It's not really the conclusion of the story, but it's the last map I'll probably be making as part of the campaign, because I'll continue it in the new engine or something. I look at it like, it's an opportunity for you to see the ultimate level of scale, and this is what's possible within the engine and whatever else. So, like, it's going to be made very clear. You should expect early retaliation. They're going to try to kick you off the platform, and it's not going to be easy, right? And they do have some advantages that we cannot deal with, that we cannot alienate immediately. And so you're going to have to be wary of early action. You're going to need to scout. You're going to need to be able to do all that stuff, and you're going to need to hold back the tide of Terrans that is going to come for you. And assuming you can do that for long enough, I mean, yeah, eventually the Zerg get deployed, another Terran task force gets deployed, but this happens at the same time as two Protoss enemies show up, and they are hostile to everybody because they just want to destroy the place, and are basically there to guarantee that you fail your mission in rescuing your leader, because he's their main opposition to the idea of glassing all of Ire and moving on with completely destroying the Zerg invasion. So there's a lot going on in terms of the stakes and in terms of the conflict. So Unsupported BMP file, by the way. I don't even know what the fuck that one is, but alright. I'm assuming that this will be the same portrait as before. Yeah. What's up, Nixo? Gracias. Yeah, I mean that's the main thing, Iquare, is that with the situation that I find myself in, looking at the setup. For one, the Emojins have a lot to deal with anyway, and for another, there's a decent amount there that's like, oh, this is supposed to be some worker, I think. I think that's the modified one that Voyager was talking about. But yeah, it's one of those situations where it's pretty clear that the AI is not able to just completely destroy the player, like walk all over them. Because they don't start out with a lot of money or anything, so... Hello? I think that's when it has resources or something. I don't know why there would be a distinction there. Oh, wait. Weird how sometimes it can parse certain file names, but not others. Man, if that graphic was a little bit bigger, I might have actually gone for that one for the Kiscathalor. Yeah. I can sympathize with that. Dude, that's some 80s CGI right there. Nice logo, dude. Oh boy. What the fuck? That's pretty funny. Well, planning versus reality is really interesting. Like how your plan evolves as time goes on, right? What the fuck? Oh shit, dude, it's man. Dude, you better watch out for man. Ah! What the fuck? Surprise. Oh yeah, how come you decided to go for only Terran? I think you've told me before, but I forget. Wait, why does this one have like a blue glow on it? This one just doesn't have team color. Oh shit, dude, this is like Nathrakor's dad. Check it out. I guess that's a pilot or something. I already have an Alcagelus asset, but maybe, I guess. Oh shit! Dude, it's making them kiss. Look. Ah, kiss. That's pretty amazing. I have no idea, actually, about the Alcaj spore, but I kind of figured it would be like I don't know why there's two different versions of that particular graphic. I just figured it would be like a bullet that gets its target assigned later, but I don't know. What the fuck? One thing I like about these buildings is that they tend to be like Geiger inspired. Some of them anyway. I guess this one is kind of like that too. Like those two pull it off a little bit better than before. I would actually say that if the colors were different, these would feel more like Zerg. And Aatrox's ones, while they have the similar colors, the art style feels really off. Like the proportions of units and stuff, of buildings. Personally, I just don't like it. It doesn't fit well with me. Oh, I forgot to, I had already done that one. Nice eyeball. Nice slime graphic, dude. Mm. That's not Tony, dude. Don't tell me. That's like a Gundam from the Power Rangers or something. Get that out of here. I need a Tony portrait, okay? Oh shit! Dude, that's whatever that is. Yes, I'll take it. All right, we've got a whole collection of everything for the EAD. The DAD. Ah. When I see Aatrox, I see Todd Warren. Yeah, that's true. Necron was trying to convert Dark Colony stuff to Starcraft. Yeah, of course. They don't have the right facing directions either. Well, time to get this slug converted, boy. Not sure if this unit would actually look bigger than the Ultralisk anyway. I think it will at most angles. But straight up and straight down may not look very convincing. Obviously, we gotta get rid of those random green pixels as well. All right. So we got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's not going to work. So I think we'll need like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So this will have to be like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. How is that going to work out? We need to get to 16 here. So 2 looking up, 2 looking down, 4 looking northeast, 4 looking southeast. That gives us 4, 8, 12. So maybe we need 5 looking up, looking northeast, and 5 looking southeast, which would give us 10, and then 4 more from the north and south, which would give us 14, and then we would only need 3 looking right to make 17, right? So that's how it'll have to be. One, 2, 3, 4. This is what I got. I was hoping that they would have 9 directions, but a bunch of them, and what I assume are some of the directions, are just really tiny BMPs. So I'm assuming that there's like something got lost in the translation. I don't know if it was something related to the extraction process that got fucked up. Now, what I did notice when I extracted when I first unpacked everything, it said whatever the maximum number of directions there were. So I'll jump into the Armageddon folder again. Oh, that's not the right one. Let's go back down to here. So like the log from this, if I bring this Armageddon exe into my other one, right? Let's see what it says. This might say something different. Yeah, it says could not open blank for writing. 4033 of 4034 files written, probably. That's what this was. That's what this told me in the previous take as well. So I don't know what that really means. That part's normal? Okay. Now I know this was like towards the bottom of the number of things. This is like one of the last things that I actually extracted. So we should be able to take a look at it here. Assuming this is the right one. No, this isn't the right one. Maybe we can rule out just by extracting it a second time or something. Oh, this is the butcher. I am still getting missing bits here, though. So I'm not really sure what's missing. I think every single graphic I extracted only had 5 facing directions instead of the 7 that I would expect there to be. Or maybe 9. Like well, this is an Aatrox graphic. I'm thinking of the Blade graphic. I know that had 9 facing directions. I'm not sure if Armageddon graphics normally have more. But I haven't seen the slug graphic that I'm trying to convert. I have not seen that anywhere. This is the first time I'm even looking at it. That being said, I really don't remember what graphic it was. Maybe it's this one. It might have been literally the last one that I converted. Yeah, looks like it is. But you can see all of these ones are blank. If I refresh the page, you'll see that a lot of them are just tiny. Right. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. I'm seeing 9 slots here, but for some reason the north-northeast, the northeast-east, the southeast-east, and the south-southeast ones are all missing. I don't really know what's happening there. All right, well, let's take a look at an example of a frame that is fucked. I'm assuming anytime it's like a 1x1, it should be the case. Scroll up until we can find the... Yeah, so here's an example. -7, 126, -20, 120. The output doesn't seem all that different here. Oh, well, yeah, I guess this stuff does. But the unknown values are different for all of these, so I don't really know if there's anything. Maybe you can send me your SPR exe to see if there's a difference, since you said it worked for you, and I can try doing it again. No, still happening. So the only thing then I would suggest, if you can send me your EAD, your pattern EAD, and then the file name, it's like it towards the bottom, but the file name is that. And if you want to go look for that file and send me your version of it, I'll try extracting your version of it that you have. And if that works, then we know my version was improperly extracted somehow. Because I'm getting with your exe the same results I was getting with my exe. So if I'm also getting the same results with your sprite, your SPR file, that would be rather confusing. Oh yeah, so your sprites seem to work fine. That's definitely useful. I'm not sure how we got different SPR files, though, is the problem. Oh, that's the wrong one. So if it's normal for it to say failed to open blank and then one less of the total number of files has been written, if that's normal, there's no immediate, like anything that's immediately obvious to me that there would be some issues with the unpacker. I mean, I guess it could be that I didn't run it as admin or something. So if I run it as admin, I don't know if that updated the sprite files. I guess I can figure that out just by going over here. And it looks like they are all updated. So if I now jump in and I try to convert this. It's still fucked up. Well, I have another theory. No, never mind. File name has nothing to do with it. Yeah, I'm at a loss. I don't know why it would. I don't know why my sprite files are seemingly incomplete. I guess if you're feeling particularly generous, you can zip your pattern and sprite directories and throw them on Mega or something, so that I'll at least have functioning ones. But I'm at a loss as to why there would be problems. That blue outline around them is pretty epic, man. That is going to be really annoying to get rid of. I don't remember if that was in the older frames that I had. Oh, so this might not be a complete version or whatever. Well, now that I have the Armageddon Unpacker EXE that you sent me, maybe there's a reasonable chance for me to be on the lookout for something like that in the future. I don't know. Like maybe I can find a different rip of the game or install of the game and that is more complete. I think I have an ISO on my old hard drive somewhere, so I can take a look at that after I'm done saving over all these files. You wouldn't happen to know anything about finding some way to automate the process of turning off the flip row order flag, would you? Because that's what I'm doing right now, but the only way to do it is to save as after toggling it off in the save as dialog. And without that flag removed, they are incompatible with Starcraft GRP compilers. So it would be nice to be able to not have to do that in the future, but unfortunately, that seems to be the position that we're in. Oh, glad I set it to scientific earlier. That was pretty funny. God damn it. Oh, wait. Oh, no, that's probably right. I think. Did I miss one, maybe? Oh, yeah, looks like I missed the very first one, which is epic. Love that. Did I fuck something up again? Oh. I just had the wrong thing copied, I guess. Somehow. Oh, what a mess. Looks like it's time for me to go. Unfortunately, I was not able to completely finish this graphic, but we'll be doing that tomorrow, so stay tuned. And hopefully we'll actually implement the Cascatha lore tomorrow as well. All right. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out today. Thanks, Voyager, for your help with the graphics. Thanks, Likeware, for your help with the code. I'll see you guys tomorrow.